talking about chat, I went into chat and I said, okay, give me, I wish I'd printed that part out, but it's like, give me a schedule of how agents should reach out to their clients for a client appreciation event we are having at Bellcraft this day, this and this time. And it gave me a whole thing of you guys, what you should be doing. So like this week, which we're a little behind, we should send a personalized email to all clients announcing the event. Highlight the appreciation aspect and provide RSVP details. The next week, social media engagement, post it on your social media channels. The following week is a follow-up call. Call your top clients personally to invite them. The next week is a reminder email. And the week right before is send a brief friendly text reminder to clients who are attending. The day of, a personal touch. So I have all this for you guys. And once we're working on the graphic, we're gonna send it out. Go through this, use this to touch your client. So it talks about SOI, which I'm always talking about, right? And it's also talking about how to use chat. Oh, and I did say using Brian Eisenhower strategies, and that's what it gave me. And it took me literally 2 seconds to do that and to know how to reach out to my clients. October 3rd.
So in the handouts that you have in front of you, they're paperclip, but it's the second printout that's inside that packet is what Sarah was referencing to. So it has a breakdown of the strategy and the timeline.
And we're gonna get you guys the graphic, but it is fun and it's gonna be just an and if they want to stay beyond 5, once they open for the public, yeah, people can stay, you guys can stay, you can hang out, but it's just super cool and it's right there by the office. So we thought that was a good way. I also went across the street to the coffee company. Oh my God, that coffee shop is so darling. It is so cute. It's got all these exposed wood beams. It's kind of eclectic. There's a lot of different kinds of furniture. It's not all matchy. It's not like Starbucks. You know, support those people because they are an independent and I had some peach iced tea that was amazing. And they will do like to go like carafe box things that we can have over at the office to do that as well.
The beer place, they have food?
We're gonna bring some food. They have
Food
food trucks.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do some sort of like a charcuterie board or just some snacky snack stuff. And then if you want to stay and do the food trucks as well. It says, yes, Chris, well.
And then also just a reminder to plan ahead with that. No drinking and driving, so we should have some sober drivers or Ubers lined up. So, get trashed and get in the car.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. I mean, I don't drink beer, so I'll be a sober driver.
I'll be a DD. You can fit in my car. I won't come to pick up your car,
Right.
but I will take you home to Port.
So I wouldn't give your clients, 10 tickets to one person, obviously. Maybe give them one and then if they choose to buy more tickets, more beer on their own. That's up to them. That's not our responsibility. Because once they open, it's kind of on the brewery. They'll cut them off anyway. They're a bar. They're not going to let them go nuts with it. So that's that. And Connie,
Yes.
do you want to talk about the situation at Green Acres?
Oh, okay.
Just
So
brief.
yeah, just real briefly, just a little safety tip. I've had 3 of my homes broken into by homeless. And there's an opportunity and I'll get the phone numbers to Jackie so she can share with everybody. There's a part of the police department, it's called Hope, and they will help you remove homeless people from the property, which is number 1, which is super important. But the scarier thought is that I went over after the homeless had spent some time in this house. It's a $1.9 million listing, vacant, and they had utilized the house, the swimming pool to wash their clothing. Just a lot of really awful things went on there. After CSET removed all their property, we had the place clean. I went to let the housekeeper out and they showed up. So I was there alone and he was very, very aggressive. I was actually very terrified. He was high on meth and he was very upset with me that I got rid of his stuff. So we have to be super careful. Caught me totally off guard. And I asked him, he said, I'm a home buyer. There's a sign. I have every right to be here. Of course, I asked him for a pre-approval letter to see if he had an agent, which really made him mad. And, but I was just trying to keep him occupied. I was trying to keep him away from me. So super scary. So don't go alone. I thought the situation had been handled because the police department had been there 3 times removing him from the property. So we need to not be alone is the biggest thing. And then I will have Jackie share those numbers because they will help us remove them and remove items from the property. They had tents. They had fully moved in and spent a lot of time at the club stealing things because there was golf items and bags and all kinds of stuff. So just a little heads up. I mean, you think it happens to other people, but it was a pretty scary thought. I mean, scary thing that happened to me. Yeah, he was pretty aggressive. So don't be alone.
He laughed, right, Connie?
Oh, he did leave, and I got a picture of him in his car, and he jumped out of his car, and after a lot of foul language, he looked at me and he said, "It's not even my car." And I went, "Oh, okay, good to know. Does the owner know where his car is?" So yeah, it was an experience that it certainly made me be now more aware that that this does happen, as you guys know. So be super careful. But that's 3 properties of mine within 10 days that had homeless people in them.
And they're all in good areas.
Oh,
They're really
yeah.
targeting, like they have good taste. The homeless people seem to have good taste.
Yeah, they like my signs.
Yeah,
So question, is that in lieu of, instead of having to like do an eviction on squatters, is this like another alternative?
That's
Yes,
what
it is.
Visalia has.
Yes.
So, as far as Porterville PD, we had the people break in and they came in and helped get rid of those homeless people, right, Gunnar?
yeah, Gunner called the police and they came and hauled them out.
Well, I had a, when I had that one on Putnam, there were some squatters in there and the police met me out there and they told me that there looked like there was stuff in there that I had to do an eviction, they wouldn't get them out. So this is, what was the time frame on this?
Uh,
Wow.
the time I called, oh my gosh, they had 4 police cars there within 20 minutes.
So is it a matter of if they're willing to leave? As far as the.
The homeless were not there when the police were there.
Yeah.
They have rights.
Not
I
if you
know
break in, it's breaking and entering.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
trespassing. And another good thing that, and I will get more information on Hope, is that have a no trespassing sign. That will give them the authorization immediately to remove the homeless if there is a no trespassing. Even though it's private property, a sign gives them a better, gives them the opportunity to remove them.
So where would you put the no trespassing sign, on the front door?
You know,
Or
I put
just
it
like
on the front
fence?
door. I put it on the front door, just a nice typed, and maybe we can create one, Jackie, that has our logo and our information. And and it's right on the front door. So, and I took all my signs down because it's just a problem.
That's new with Visalia now?
The
That
whole-
hope,
No, they've been around for a while in Visalia.
I had a problem with that and they couldn't help me. It
Yeah.
looks like they turned on utilities themselves.
Yeah, I think there's a difference
Yeah.
between a homeless person breaking in and they catch it right away. Than somebody squatting and actually turning on utilities and doing those kind of things. I think that they feel like we have a right, if they say we have a right to be here and there's no breaking or entering, because when I had Carmelita, they broke in, they arrested them, they were gone,
They broke in and set up camp and
they left them.
we went through the eviction forest and everything.
It's because they turned on, it's because they turned on utilities and stuff, that made it different.
Mine didn't, they just came out and said that they looked through the windows and saw that there was furniture, even though it was trash furniture.
Oh my God.
The police officer told me, well, it looks like that somebody's inhabiting this, so they have rights. They wouldn't do anything.
That's
So I think
crazy.
it's a luck of the draw of the police officer.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
which officer you get.
Yeah, cause with Gunner, Gunner was able to go in and take out their shit too.
Yeah, not only did they go in, they went in with a police dog. I
Yeah.
mean, they were aggressive with them.
Well, and they told me, do not approach, stay in your car till we get there, which I did. It's just that they just surprised me when.
Well, and I think the police in Visalia were angry, Connie, because they've already moved them out of that house twice.
Yes.
Right, Connie, they were in, they
Well,
got
that's
them
the
out.
other-
They were
that's
in the
Kauai.
backyard.
Yeah,
They
that was
got 'em out.
Kauai.
Oh,
There's
that was Kauai.
that was Kauai. One Green Acres. Yeah, that was a different story. But yeah. Well, I think safety is just huge.
It
He
is
was
huge.
high
On
on
the
meth.
topic of safety,
Yeah.
I had, Mike Boudreau reach out last weekend when I was doing open houses. And he said that there was an agent in Kingsburg doing an open house, and a couple of guys set her up to rob her, but luckily the neighbor saw what was happening. And then there's.
That's why it's nice to look at the university, you know, the houses
Yeah, myself.
So we don't call the police, we call Hope.
Yes, and I'll get you
That's
guys
what
that
it's
number.
Okay.
So when you are doing open houses, be smart. Let somebody know where you are. Have a buddy. Have somebody that's a code word. You know, I could say to Chris, if I call you and go, oh, are you on your way? Chris knows, oh, I'm uncomfortable with something. And I could put him on speaker and he'd be like, oh yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes. If they're up to no good, they will leave.
Yeah.
Do not follow people around when you're doing open houses. Don't let them get you to the back of the house. If a
Yeah,
guy
get
says, oh,
out
can
of
you
the
show me
house.
this bedroom?
Yeah.
No, I can't show you this bedroom. You know, if you feel uncomfortable, err on the side, walk out of the house and call somebody. If they are not up to, they've got to understand, and if they are, I mean, if they really weren't up to anything, yeah, it could be a little embarrassing, but I'd rather have you embarrassed than safe.
Well, I had my little Putnam crack house that I had was, I had to go there, so if you have a vacant listing and it's run down or there's any potential of anything like that. I went there, I ended up with holding the guy at gunpoint. I had my CCW, I went in there with my gun. And just to clear it because, I had, I'd driven by and I could see that something was there and I was like, oh crap, okay, so I went over there with my gun. And, another day, and I was snooping through and I didn't think anybody was there. In the last room, I opened it up and there was. Some dude was just had his little meth thing set up and was sleeping on some little like trash twin bed that he pulled in there and it scared the shit out of me, but I had my gun and the dude was just like, what, hey, you know, but. You could, in those situations, there's specific situations, obviously, but that one, I knew that there was, you know, there probably some of it not there.
And it was scary when we were doing all the REOs and they kept breaking back in and sometimes the old owners were breaking back in. And we'd walk into a house with no power on and you walk in on somebody. And so just be mindful of that. I mean,
A lot of their own previous homeowners would break in just to vandalize.
yeah,
Like I knew some that were like, I think Kevin Blaine had a few of his flips up, the flips are done nice. And they came back and vandalized it while we were in
Yeah.
escrow.
so just like Connie said, it was terrifying for Connie. And the guy was aggressive. Not all of them are gonna be, but there's
Was it an open
that.
house? Was she doing an open house or?
No, she went
Just
to go
checking.
to
Yeah.
go with the house cleaner.
Oh,
And he was there and she was like, oh, he didn't expect to see her and God knows she didn't expect to see him.
And then we got a call Saturday night at 9:45. The alarm was going off. So the seller called me and they were trying to break in again
Yeah.
Saturday
And
night.
if you think about it, Green Acres, that's a huge lot. They can hide there.
Yes.
It's easier to go someplace like it's open, they can get in, they can get behind houses. You go a small tract house, somebody's gonna, that's a little tough,
Yeah.
right?
right.
But those are, and there was a pool, they could wash their clothes there. I mean, yeah, they were.
They had clotheslines. It was pretty crazy.
It's like the bears in your cabin, Connie. They know you have good
Yes.
snacks, so those
Yep.
bears keep going up to your cabin.
Yep, those bears.
Okay,
Yes.
all
yeah.
right, so that's
Safety
that,
first.
and then. Do you want to talk about this?
I printed out the expo, schedule. You can download the app. You can also go on the website and you could start, you know, making notes of which ones you potentially will wanna go to. I always recommend for every, like category or hour breakout, pick like 3 you wanna go to. Cause in case if one gets canceled, you kind of have an idea which one else to go to. If you walk in, it's too full, you usually want to sell before the one where it's too full.
Yeah,
Cause it's an indicator it's gonna be a good one. And then in other cases, you walk in, you sit down, you're putting you to sleep, you walk out and go to another.
and it's okay, be rude, get up, walk out, I've done it. You know, you kind of feel like, oh God, I hate to walk out and then this guy's speaking, but why waste your time when there's something better that's more valuable? And that might speak to somebody else, so. Yeah, so you can be prepared like Jackie, or you can just wing it like me when I get there, and I'll figure out what I'm going to.
So then you just end up piggybacking and going to whatever Jackie went to.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do.
Or you can also take notes, you know, we kind of split up, Jared would go to one, I went to another, I mean, we kind of tried to cover and see what was good, so. Okay,
And Gunnar said it right. Make sure you have lots of business cards for there. There's a lot of fun drawings you can enter
They all
into.
do drawings, and I never had any business.
But they also scanned your badge. But sometimes the business card is more of an instant one too. So
You
You
can win
could pay-
prizes and stuff. We didn't win nothing, but
we got hats from that one, you and I.
we got like
hats.
free goodies. Oh yeah, we got the hat from the race cars.
The race car,
oh, and you get free books, book signings from people. They'll go
I'm there, we cut in line in front of 300 people, and that's what it was.
that Jeff Laval or whatever.
Christian's like, he's like, come on, he was walking right through.
There was music playing in the background in my head.
there was music.
It's like, I know this. This is my best friend.
Okay, so chat, so I have played around with it, I know Chris has done a deep dive into chat, and Jim has as well. And so you are only as limited as your imagination, right? So I went in and tried a few different things. So I did this, the schedule for Bellcraft, and I also asked it to find commercial listings in Porterville under X. It won't do that. It told me, oh no, I can't provide listings for you, but you can go to realtor.com. It'll give you the websites to go to, but it wouldn't let me do it. When I did this, I said using Brian Eisenhower strategies, and it picked up Brian's strategies and put it in there. So I tried that. I did a property management ad. I said, give me a property management ad using proven Facebook strategies, trying to attract new homeowners. And it gave me this beautiful ad. And what else did I do? The ad the Facebook post that I did for Carmelita was chat. It said, I said, give me a Facebook post for a listing where I had multiple offers and for a unique home. And I went into like in one happy family and 7 unhappy families and all this, and it gave me that post. And I posted it on Facebook and I liked it. It was good. So that's kind of, I've had fun playing around with it, and I try and think of, and I get very detailed when I'm putting it in there. Like I tell it all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it hits it right, sometimes it doesn't, but Chris had fun with it. Chris was trying to get it to do a picture of him and Will Ferrell, right? In front of a modern house, handing keys. And I mean, Chris went into all this detail. Well, it won't do it won't give you an actual picture of a celebrity, probably because of, I don't know why. But Chris tried it and it was hysterical. He was sending me the pictures, and one will look like a freaking like Spartan. And then they made him, and then Chris goes, have more of a dad bod. And then seriously, and it changes it. It was crazy. What else did you do with it, Chris?
Well, I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to download the 7 Levels book and upload it so we could read it in 2 seconds. And I gave up whenever I couldn't do that. And I just asked it, do you know anything about the 7 Levels? And it already did. So I wasted 20 minutes on trying to do that. But ask first. Ask first if it's familiar with something, because I asked it if it was familiar with that book and it knew all about the book. And I said, create a daily and weekly checklist for me using the principles from the 7 Levels, and in seconds, give me detailed daily and weekly checklist. And then I said, are you familiar with sync? And it's like, oh, I wish we did. It's used widely by realtors. And then it asked me, would you like me to conform the daily and weekly checklist to Sync's platform? And I said, okay, yeah. And it did it. It basically took my daily and my weekly checklist from the 7 Levels principle, and it basically integrated that into Sync and told me through Sync, this is how you do it. And that was pretty awesome. It'll generate some pictures, but the picture details, it can get a little blotchy, so you have to do something.
And they don't really look like real pictures. They're more they're cartoonish, yeah.
Yeah.
You can only do 2 pictures a day, right? You'll on the free version.
I paid $20.
I did too, but
So did I.
Worth it now because I don't know what I'm getting for there.
Is it
Pictures of
20 per
Will.
month?
Oh,
Come on.
no, it's the 2 per day.
No, but.
No, we're saying $20 a month.
Oh, yeah, $20 a month.
Oh, you get some pictures?
Oh, no, I think you know a lot more.
I think it is more connected to the internet, I think, or something, because I don't know that it would have. I'll have to look in to know exactly what you're getting, but I don't think that it's gonna know the extensive details with the free version. I feel like it's got some limit, but I don't know for sure, so I'll have to.
Well, we should have someone with a free version
Yeah.
sit next to you, as you ask the questions and the free one asks the same question and see what we get back.
Oh, we'll do that on, we'll do that one.
What's
Yeah.
that?
ChatGPT.
Oh, great.
GPT.
So I continue to personalize mine. I keep telling it things about myself, like, oh, I like to bake sourdough bread. Because it may not need it right then, but later it might pull something.
Well, it
like-
saves the memory.
It saves it
It'll
all.
save- it'll
So
save-
I keep personalizing, and I like this, and then it'll give me something, I'm like, oh shit, I don't want it set up like that. So I'll tell them, I prefer the information to be given to me however you want it to be given.
And you can do it inspired by, like, what Brian Eisenhower
Right.
was saying, you can do that. So I even had it do, this is like off of the real estate thing, but. I even had it, I'm like, hey, I really like this song, write a song for me in this genre. Inspired by
Did it
this
do it?
song, and then give me guitar chords for it also, and it did the whole thing. It gave me wrote me a whole song with guitar chords, and it was inspired by.
That is very good.
Yeah.
And Jim, what did you do with it?
I use it more for school type stuff, but I did use the Brian Eisenhower principles, and I said, come up with 4 Facebook ads based on the 4 personality types or whatever. So it gave me 4. Some of you commented when you saw it. And I didn't pitch it.
But I think that's only because we know what we're training on right now, so
Right.
we have an eye out for it.
But it also said, find a photo that looks like this to go with this photo. So I did that, and I've got 3 more now, the other 3 personality types, and we're doing more of them. Because I hate social media stuff, so that's just a kind of a crutch for me to. And I don't know how much people like it, but it's just, they know you're talking
Well, they
about real estate. and they know you're-
Dislike it.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be like, oh, a huge thing. Sometimes it's not a huge thing at all. It's
Mhm.
just something.
It was good. I mean.
I
they
thought it
did
was great.
the photo, the kid and the dad, or I think it was. and-
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I asked it to give me a personality test, and it came up with like 4 different types of tests, which checked me on me.
Yeah.
It'll do the test. Give it to you.
So I think when, Jim hates social media, then why spend hours stressing over it? Just
Yeah.
do that and use it, and it's
Right.
done.
You're right, it's a tool.
It's a tool.
It gets
It's an
confident.
assistant. That's how I'm like. assistant. And I tell it all kinds of things to do, and sometimes it's like, dummy, I can't do that, But it does come up with stuff, so it's fun to see what it can't do. That's why I was like, oh, this is good. I'm gonna get this to do my work. I'm gonna get it to find commercial listings for me. And like, something that's already listed, don't know.
I mean, I just in my class talking about this because we talk about it here. And so half my students haven't used ChatGPT, so we brought it up and said, you're required to have an account for it to show up. And then he raises his hand and says, what about a workout plan for me? I would like to lose 10 pounds in the next month. Yeah, it just spits it out. And the more data you put in, like your body type, and how much you work out, or what you don't like to do, it just gets better and better as you.
We should play with it and say like, I wanna lose 10 pounds, but I wanna eat nothing but red licorice and drink Pepsi. And see what it's about. Let's see how real it is, right? Like, that ain't gonna happen.
But letters of recommendation and things that are just so mundane and hate to move,
I think it's amazing. Did anybody else play with it? Anybody else do anything with it? No?
I use it a lot, marketing, social media posts.
That's good.
It helps you to just kind of have these things.
Spur ideas.
Yeah.
Spur ideas.
Writing letters.
Oh, okay.
They're really-
Yes, and you need to tell it, Anna, how you want the tone of the letter to be and how you should be referred to and how your business, you know, I mean, you can get, but you gotta personalize it first. The chat, you gotta start talking to it and telling. Yes, I like to present myself, to speak in a professional yet casual, or casual but professional manner. Something like that. I like the information to come back to me in bullet points. Yes,
Yeah.
oh, it understands everything.
And you can say that also a letter, you can tell it, right, or if there's some weird word that you've never used, swap this word out. Whatever it is.
And it helps me talk to girls on dating apps.
Don't ever message.
Joking. I recommend typing your. Not on those.
Okay, so should we come on to the next module?
Okay, I would recommend to, everyone should at least go in and write your dang bio using ChatGPT, if you haven't done one already.
Yeah.
You guys may not like it, and you may think, but you're gonna be behind if you don't use it. I
Mhm.
mean, you just are. There's just no way around it. And it's not gonna replace you. It just helps you. It's still me in control.
We'll start making sourdough bread for you.
Yeah.
Well,
You wake up, there's 4 loads all day.
So that was just her making in her sleep.
ChatGPT, can you take over my body in the middle of the night?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to super pumped for this week. We got a lot of great stuff to cover.
how fast is it talking?
So I walked you through the marketing plan based on grants, look at SLI, we talk about like blogs, Facebook ads, images, edit those images, even video scripts. So if you missed module 2, go back to module 2, watch that, because we're not going. I had made a kind of a statement that we're gonna jump into like personal, but we had so much incredible response. I want to take this idea of video, Facebook lives, Facebook posts, Instagram comments, just a step further, and give you the more information on all of you. All right, let's jump into it. For the number 10 minutes, available downloads, copy, paste, rest. Don't forget to do what you want, it's important to us. Facebook editor, you gotta make sure that it's a response, it works the way you want it to. Otherwise, you're disappointed. All right. And don't forget the resource video. Okay, we took content GPT. You can access that. Awesome. 3.5. If you want to use the exact ones, you can throw or something like that. Super cheap. But in the final advanced session, we get into the 4 lessons. We jump over to Flex TV, Gemini, the places of Microsoft Copilot, and various GPTs. Some of those we can have some memberships pretty close. So we'll get to that in the next month. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. We got some exciting stuff. All right. For today, the purpose, today I want to take it just one step further on creating engaging content and making videos and social posts with ChatGPT. Remember, future calls may wait for ChatGPT, but other resources. This one's the most popular is one build the customization console for here. And so you're able to create active videos, memes, build by designers, using ChatGPT to boost your online presence, engage your audience. All right, let's jump to our first video component. We're going to copy and paste this. This is a workbook. Jump back to ChatGPT. That's what I did last week. So let's start with ChatGPT. Just wanted to think a little different. I'm not posting the resources. All right. So the first thing I'm going to say is, as an online resource, there's my goal. I wanted to identify the top 3 concerns in today's real estate market for buying real estate, and the top 3 concerns homeowners have in valuing real estate in today's market. And I want to list them in order. You see my goal bar on that? Got a role, got a response, got what I wanted to resource on, and I made some requirements. I wanted a bullet, I listed in order before. You're on the pause here, say, great, you want to list out the biggest problems or the biggest concern with what? Yeah, I'm sorry, but you tell me if this is relevant to today's market. You've had a buyer or seller have these concerns. Let's start with buyers, just, kind of nod your head, thumbs up, your issues, or your buyers have concerns about affordability. Yes, affordability as well as lower down. What about interest rates? Or houses raising them. So hopefully it's just in the future as interest rates are inventory. Buyers are concerned about this. Isn't enough inventory? It's 2008. You're going to self-impose moratorium on it. These are exactly what my buyers are concerned. I'm sure yours are too. Economic uncertainty, global turmoil. stock market fluctuation, inflation, cost of goods. These are real concerns to people today, to our buyers, to our sellers. Top three concerns for homeowners is market. Uncertain about when to sell, maybe it was spring, summer, winter. Do I sell all my property? Not doing it. Every report from the Association of Realtors, National Association of Realtors, deal, number one thing, someone wants, but you and I, with houses on their own, is to understand how we live about buyer markets. So these are the top three concerns for buyers and sellers. You know, why would you do that? So I want to make sure that before we solve it, the problem actually exists. Identify the problem first before I solve it. I don't want to live in a world of positive distance. What I mean by positive distance, where you and I market advertise different than the way we are as consumers. This cognitive distance, they separates us what happens as real estate agents, and they post like a real estate agent, not like human being. They do videos as if they're a robot, not like they're talking to family and friends and their followers on social media. But we want to make sure we understand the real concerns that people have before we try to address them. So important, so often we get focused. We get that cognitive distance. These are responding to 15-minute marketing partners instead of people. I want to concerns how to do the copy. Our next prompt read. Also, we download. And the next prompt read says acting as a professional real estate. It's the word professional. Bullet point each concern. We want real estate. And provide a response with the very best objection handling technique on why now is. That's how I saw this. I mean, before I press submit on this, I want to make a comment. I am one that I want to be authentic. I genuinely believe the best time to buy real estate is yesterday. I truly believe that the second best time to buy real estate is today. Knowing what real estate has done for me, for my family, for my agents, for my clients, I want people to own real estate sooner in life rather than later. I believe this. I'm not trying to create some manipulative script or hey, here's a problem, here's a quick solution. I really believe that people have these paths, and I believe that real estate ownership is the path to wealth creation, especially with real estate. Well, I wanted to now be on these things. All right, so let's see what it says. Let's put this together. Take the top three concerns of buyers and sellers. Let's respond and say, fine, now this is what buy sellers. Let's see how they respond. All right. So the concern, rising rates, increasing mortgage costs. Response, rates are still historically low, and buying house a lot of people goes before other increases. I don't know what effect to increase the rate or drop the interest rate. I do know that you can marry the house, you can date the rate, and you buy the force rate. Home ownership bills have to be over time, 100%. You want to know that that's a response. Inventory shortage. Here's the concern: limited housing supply. Right? Competitive bidding. My response: working with an experienced agent gives you a competitive edge and finding the secure properties with them. New listings are constantly entering the market. Be proactive. Economic uncertainty is a huge concern. In your clients in life, real estate makes a long-term investment. It typically appreciates over time, despite short-term market conditions. My grandfather walked into a home in California. Back in the 50s, they wanted $5,000. That property, he left the home. He actually didn't build a house. Told my grandmother at the time, I would never buy a property for $5,000. Homes and properties are never going to be worth more. Today, you can't buy that home. Told my grandfather, you should go out this, that house is about to go. Not only real estate truly is house. The majority of people decide real estate way, not the way to buy real estate. So here's given us a really solid protection handling our responses. The economic uncertainty. Let's look at how we're marketing for selling today. Is there concern about the best time to sell? 100%. The current market has high buyer demand. That's the time to sell waiting to pay the prices. It's true. Waiting for a perfect time to be risking selling and capitalize on current market conditions. So true. People tend to underestimate the risk of home value going down. They overestimate in their minds home value going up. It would be far better for them to typically sell now with the equity that they gain, especially in most of the markets. They gain some tremendous equities and COVID. Property values, here's the concern. Certain home prices, the home is priced for everything that buyers. Our response: experienced agents by comprehensive market analysis by price your home competitively. Through not proper pricing, attract serious buyers and believe in multiple offers, potentially driving the market investments. All right, so you get it. So the biggest concerns that are facing our buyers, our sellers in today's market. The things you're hearing as you walk down the street, things you're hearing, you talk to neighbors, things you're hearing at a buyer consultation or a listing consultation, you're hearing these. It's going to be solid responses that are real and relevant. How what I want to do is take this a step further. Copy and paste my prompt read under briefs under any prompt reads. Go back to ChatGPT, here we go. Now what I ask you to do is as a social media manager, list each concern and each response. You did that. And under each response, provide me a 30-second video script I can use on my social media platform. Indicate the response to my call. See what we're doing. We have big problems. We have less solutions. And now I'm drafting 30-second videos. All right, see how it does. All right, we're going to do the concern, price rates, we're going to do the response, here's the historically low, here's the video script. Hey there, these are all worried about price rates. Here's some good news, rates are historically low. And you don't believe that, that's when your parents who purchased a home on interest rates in the 80s. Now you watch these rates. You don't like that. Concerns of their housing supply, right? They need a responsible experience. Agent, talk about how this higher one thing must be. Don't worry, my real estate on your side, you've been competitive edge and smart. Listen, top of heart every day. Be proactive, be to the superior people. Let's start a search today. Got it right on. So you got market timing, got the property valuation, you got more financing. Biggest concerns, best response, 30-second script.
Stop it,
Please take that 30-second script, download the telecom.
So you guys see what he did, right? He did the problem. Yes, figure out what the problems are, the concerns. Then came up with the solutions and then took those solutions individually and wanted a script for video. I mean, that's brilliant. Instead of, I've done videos before, I write them, I rewrite them, I write them, I rewrite them. He's got it right there. So easy. And if you do that teleprompter that we talked about last week, put it on your phone, you put it in the tripod. You can pretty much read it right there. Don't try and sound like you're reading it too much, but at least it keeps you on track. And it's okay when you're doing videos if you are not perfect. Because then they know it's not like so stiff. I've done them before, I do them. If I only flub up a little bit, I post it and I just never watch it again, right? If I really mess up, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it again. But if I just maybe stumble a little bit or one word wasn't exactly where I thought it was gonna be, it's okay. It seems real. It seems like it's off the cuff more. So I love that.
Launch the video, plug that in, read it. If you want to upload video, you just write, set, use while you're driving, follow them, walk in and drop, sitting at your desk. Powerful way to communicate what really matters to people and produce videos for Facebook, for Instagram, for YouTube. There was a time every video I produced was 2 minutes or longer. Today, every video I produce is something 15 seconds. That's what a lot of people think. It's a powerful tool. All right, let's keep moving on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build on social prompts. This is a social prompt for ahead. I'm gonna grab this prompt, put that right here, also look. And I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT, I'm gonna drop that here. Here's what I'm saying. As a data analyst, responding to the National Association of Realtors Week report, listed 10 biggest concerns buyers and sellers have for buying some real estate. And how a professional real estate agent can resolve for each of the documents and concerns, whatever concerns identified before. The response below, and listen to the report. See my work on that, the role, response, resource, requirements. Now we can grab the National Association of Realtors, survey of buyers and sellers, and I'll update this. This is in multiple sections, a powerful resource I used in 2003. This is national. This report, if you're not familiar with it, actually walks through surveys of your buyers, surveys of your sellers, surveys of what they want, what they like, what work. Talk about how they finance property, how they characterize property. It takes all of that into consideration. We're uploading that book, we're saying GPT read it, and as a data analyst, take the top 10 biggest concerns out of it, and give me a response accordingly. Let's see how it does. Read the document, boom, it's ready. There it is, there's my source. Okay, according to buyers, the biggest concern was finding the right property. 3%. Where is that? It's at 3.5. Okay. Response, professional agents have extensive listing, global market knowledge, help buyers find property. Could I use something like this based on what I know buyers and sellers are specifically buyers are concerned about? Copy and paste this in social media and say yes. Hey, you're concerned about their paperwork. You'll say it's handle paperwork condition, ensuring all your documents are ready to go out. This one's all about buyers. If you're concerned about what value buyers and buyers is, or the value statement, friends are giving you the top 10 right here. If you're concerned with what's really on their mind and on their heart, with how I can solve it, is real estate 101, they have a buy solution. Give it to you right here. These are the things that are most concerning for a buyer. How about sell? That's the home. Okay. Chapter 4 talks about response agents use their expertise on their analysis to set their prices and best buyers. Help market the home, potential buyers, sell the things to your time frame. This is what you want to use for sellers on your listing. This is the value that I bring. Service a seller. This is how I can help you accomplish your goal. The top price for your property, please don't let time, please not. So we're going to go on. This can do. So prompt red, next prompt red. I know a little bit of these, but when you grab these prompt reds, you drop it in your ChatGPT, you get 3 versus 3.5. Here's exactly the prompt. All right, let's drop this one in. This is the next social media prompt red. If you're like, and all of my prompt threads build up on another number of threads, like email thread or text thread, a series of communication. In this case, my communications with AI. And on ChatGPT, our next series we get, our future series, our next series we get all these other GPTs. All right, I'm saying as a social media influencer, using the attached 179 ways, take this map out, grab that book. Load it from a computer, there it is. This is our National Association of Oversight. 179 ways that you and I can bring value to a buyer or seller. I want to provide me a list of the top 25 best one-liners. I can copy and paste and use on my social media. Each one-liner is articulated value with real estate agent, start with what you know, educational, or start with not what you know. Let's take that. Let's start with did you know? I'll make it as like question mark. Start with did you know? Drop a question mark here, going like that. It's that. Okay, so we're gonna start with did you know and be educational or informative, not a sales. I can be posting stuff on social media. If you look at skills, I really stuff social. It's not about social. There's a book, the National Association of Oversight, also there with downloads. I want to break the best 25 start with did you know, things like copy and paste things that you do on social media. You do 1 month or 1 week, you got 25 weeks, you got really happy with it. So these are 25 things you copy and paste in your social media. Let's say you drop this on Instagram and LinkedIn. Okay, so let's see a little more. Three biggest concern buyers and sellers face. Top 10 things that were concerns of your buyers and sellers according to the National Association of Realtors and Minnesota. That's what local building. 179 real ways you and I can provide value. Then we're taking this down to 71. So let's look at one. Did you know real estate is an access-based market data to help you price your home competitive? Copy paste drop down on social media. Did you know agents handle all the complex paperwork, so you don't have to worry about this details? Copy paste drop down on social media. Did you know real estate agents provide you with comprehensive market or comparative market analysis, determine your own value? Right? These are all the things we're concerns. How we can respond to them, and now we can put them in a simple, non-salesy marketing format. Copy and paste and drop into social. 25 of them. Here. These are what I call one-liners. Have you ever realized when you're on Facebook and you're typing in a sentence or just a couple sentences, minimum short characters, you know, that you're able to make font bigger, you have background colors, black or blue, whatever. These all need to get over there. You take these, they all fit the criteria blue. They're not there on this. So you realize this powerful, 25 different things that you can do based on their biggest concerns, based on 179 ways. And because you customize your ChatGPT, remember this in week 1, all of these are written specifically for you, your business, your market, your specificity, based on your inspirational characters and how you think and who you are and what you how you believe and how your culture is. They're all based on stuff you're they're relevant. They're not something you copy and paste it online. You actually use it. All right, next week, I am super excited to get into how you physically use AI for physical interactions, specifically on networking. You're live. That's week 1. And advantage. All the material I hear you get workbook. Download that, drop it to ChatGPT. Give these things a shot. You're gonna really take care of it. See it.
So,
Introduce us to an AI one.
yeah, so, you know, you guys you have access to this. We go through it fast because I just can't bear to sit, you know, for that length of time. So we put it on 1.5, but if you want to re-listen to it at regular speed, the poor guy doesn't normally talk quite that fast. You can go back on there and do it, but I think it's so cool. I mean, why not do a whole list? And then Cindy, like, you don't like social media, do 1 a month, 1 a week, like
So
one.
all the stuff that you're referring to, I didn't hear the ICC, the $8.
It's-
Kind of played around in it or looked at it, so that's where he's pulling all of this, I couldn't hear last week.
Yeah, these are the videos itself. So when you go into your ICC itself, when you go to the your landing page, you have all the courses. So you have here. So then we are on Agent AI, and so it tracks where I am. And as I check mark that I've completed, that's how it's picking up where I'm at. So then I'll go resume course. And then it's gonna take us to where I just click last. But these are the modules itself. So module 1, the first video. Sarah watched that one, we didn't watch it here. And then module 2, we watched that one here. Sarah gave us a snippet version of 1. And we watched module 3 today. This one.
But you know, I think like you said, the more you play with it, the
Mhm.
more you figure out how you can use it. I'm just screwing around right here and I said, I have a 14-day escrow as a seller's agent. Give me a schedule of the things that I must complete by the way instead of day two. Just.
Is it accurate?
We don't say about how they're gonna know that you're.
No, it's just saying things like schedule home inspection early right now, make sure you. I mean, it's. Day 6 and 7, negotiate repairs and credits. Win the appraisal. Pay attention to the, it's pretty good.
So just be careful when you're doing this, make sure you're proofreading and editing,
Uh-huh.
don't just copy and paste, because you may end up with something bizarre on something, and so just make sure, but I love it because it just, sometimes I get a block, a writer's block, trying to write a listing or, and then I just tell it what to do, and then I usually just kind of, oh yeah, that sounds good, and then it takes off from there.
And for me, like, I'm an overthinker, so I could end up saying too much, so it helps refine it where I can plug in what I wanna say until it refine me, so then I feel confident in what I'm saying, that it's not too much or it's cleaner.
It's like those handwritten notes.
Mhm.
I don't write a lot because I'm always on the keyboard. And I mean, I've had to throw away because of speed, so.
Oh, I do too.
But now, give me a handwritten note on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Super easy. And it will pick up your personality. It will. As long as you put the personality into it, you gotta tell it. Okay,
It's just the children's driving and it's pretty normal.
Isn't it cool? Yeah, because we stress over it, we think about it. What I love is like what he says, you ask the problem, oh, we got all the problems, then the answers, oh, they're all there. And then I would never have thought, okay, now put it into a video script. I would have never thought that, but there it is.
That's it, not like it's not real. Good, or I maybe it's for that, and it gave me like 3, and one of them, really good, I might even try it.
Yeah,
And then gave them up and
exactly.
You can ask it to have humor to it. I
make
mean,
it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't, you don't like it, say make it funnier. Okay,
Fine. Game changer.
yeah.
But where did the photos come from? Like, where did you pull that? You just tell it, what percent or?
You just say, create an image of this, so I just playing around here, I said, create an image of a superhero realtor, so.
Let me see.
It's cartoony, but.
Like you did.
It does. Well, the first one didn't, I said, try and make this more of this is the
Can you
first
send
one.
them a picture of these?
No, but you can
Yeah.
drive yourself.
Now, and so forth.
You have to log in, are you logged in?
Yeah.
You're gonna.
Yeah, there's no limit to questions.
You are limited, but it's a lot. You have to have like well over 100 questions already. And then you have to wait so many hours, and it'll give it to you again.
So I just asked it, based on the book Atomic Habits, how would I go about creating a new habit of working out every week? And it gave me the detailed steps. So make it obvious, set clear, time and place, create a visual cue, lay out your workflows and your shoot the night before, habit stacking. Just it takes all the principles from it and just incorporates it into each step. And step 1, step 2, make it attractive, combine it with something enjoyable, social motivation, or you make it easy. Pretty cool. I think it knows a lot of books.
It does.
Well, I'm sure, don't you think anytime anybody uploads a book, it's got it then?
That
Well,
and all the reviews, it has access to all the reviews online.
Yeah.
So.
And then with, truthfully, you have Kindle, so you know there's somewhere, there's a digital version lying out there, and they probably can find it.
Yeah, but it's older than the internet. Wonder if it'll a dark way.
It's just that I can't create images, like, don't be distracted, like.
It'll give it to you if you don't pay for
Are
it.
you?
Well, it won't give you pictures, photos, but it'll let you, like,
Is it person?
oh, I don't know. Which, are you sure you're on the right thing?
Are you sure you logged in?
Over there. Yeah. so-
Chris tried to upload his picture
It won't let you.
and won't let you.
Are you on? It wouldn't let me till I went to ChatGPT.
Maybe I just need paper.
I don't know. Well,
No, it let me do 2 photos a day.
Yeah.
With a free one. But I don't know.
Try describing what you want to pick.